welcome in my home, and I would suggest that if we did more of that, we might get a little bit more cooperation on things that are important to the country. But Mr. DeFazio, I just wanted to comment on the issue you raised in regard to the World War II memorial and the veterans who have come out to get a glimpse of that, many of whom have never seen it before, some of whom have never been to Washington before, but they did in fact serve our country admirably and bravely, heroically. They won World War II. And as a combat veteran myself, I can tell you that I still get goosebumps when I hear about and sometimes even talk about what has become the greatest generation. And I think it's important for all of us to note that they're referred to as the greatest generation for a couple of reasons. One, and most obviously, they did an heroic job when they won World War II. There's no question about that, and it was just an unbelievable feat, and the sacrifices they made were horrendous, and it's something that we will all appreciate forever. And they won that war. But they're also referred to as the greatest generation because after winning that war, they came home to the greatest nation in the world, and they built this great nation. And they built this great nation for everyone, not for just the ones that they liked or just the programs that they liked. And we can stipulate that there are programs in the federal government that all of us may not think are the number one programs. There are programs in the federal government we all would like to see changes to. But the fact of the matter is, as our colleague from California pointed out, if you start passing them program by program, we've seen what's happened. Day 5 of the shutdown, we've passed 4 programs, and only partially. It is absolutely ludicrous to think that we can do this. We need to remember and honor that greatest generation. And we need to bring this budget that funds all of government, a government for all Americans, not just the Americans who are affected by the headline today, not just the Americans who want to visit a memorial that's closed and we hear about it in the paper, not just an American who needs a medical procedure, but that entity is closed, so we're going to fund that one in the 11th hour. We need to fund government. We need to open government, get it back to work so we can be the greatest nation. And we should do that. We should do it quickly. You know, this thing, I've said it a couple of times, this is a manufactured crisis. A manufactured crisis. And nobody we represent at home, in anybody's district, believes that we should operate in chaos. And that's exactly what we're doing right now. Talk to any of your business owners back home. They don't want to operate in chaos. Go to your universities, go to your small businesses, big businesses, schools. Nobody wants to operate on chaos. We want to minimize chaos. The trains need to leave the station on time, as they say. And the way to do that is to bring this budget to the floor, this continuing resolution to the floor. One vote, we open up government, and then we can get down to negotiating any changes that we might have. You know, you were successful in your plan. The 80 members on the other side of the aisle that signed the letter to my friend, Speaker John Boehner, to shut down the government, you were successful. Now let's open it back up. Let's bring these federal employees back to work who, and I'll repeat what the ranking member said, federal employees that have been furloughed, they're home, they're not working, they're not keeping the World War II memorial open, they're not keeping the wildlife refuges open, they're not at their job, yet we are paying them according to the bill that the majority just brought to the floor and that was passed. It's silly, it's ridiculous, this whole thing has gone on too long. Bring the CR to the floor, let's get it voted on, and it'll get strong bipartisan support, and let's open the government and then get down to the work that we were sent here to do. I yield back.